and welcome again to Inside HMI. Joining us today for an in-depth interview, we have HMI instructor Mark Gravelle. Okay, so let's continue with our questions.
Okay.
So Mark, you've been an HMI instructor and hypnotherapist now for over 20 years.
Right.
How are you different as a hypnotherapist now than you were in, say, the first 5 years of your practice?
I'm really different. It's true. Although I've always initially wanted to emulate, Dr. John Kappas, from the 401
Series?
videos that we watch. But I just know so much more now. I mean, it's true. I've really spent the last, say, 15 years gathering sources and things like that. I totally picked Kappas's brain and adopted and know all the techniques that he talked about. We used to have a great time when we didn't have clients. We'd sit around and talk EMP and EMP, and we would talk about our mistakes that we would make with clients.
You can learn a lot from that.
Huh?
You can learn a lot from that.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm. You're going to make mistakes, but there's no other way to learn to do it except to do it, to jump in, start doing it, and learn from the mistakes, which incidentally is why it's pretty good to have a mentor, okay, that you can rely on. Way beyond graduation and practicing. I still do sessions with graduates who have graduated as long as 7-8 years ago. Occasionally they come in and we discuss what they want to accomplish and that kind of thing. So it's really important. The difference, say, within the first 5 years is I really didn't mentor anybody. I was a mentee. Okay, that's a big difference. But as long as you study and you stick with the basics, you can't go wrong when you stick with the basics. And the basics are all in the professional hypnotism manual. It's, keep going back and keep reading those basics. It's amazing how much, how more clear you'll understand the concepts that were introduced to you in 101. Go back in 301 and read about suggestibility, read about sexuality, read about the dominant laws of suggestibility. That's really important stuff, okay? And but over the years you accumulate the experience, so when clients come in, you're pretty much way ahead of them in terms of the behavior patterns that you're observing. And so it becomes easier and easier to develop the strategy for the client as you go on. And then you have the accumulation of other sources. Like I really got into the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success when it came out. That was 95, okay? And most recently the Eckhart Tolle stuff. And so we have all those tools to help us help our clients, and so many others. I've done 9 book clubs now.
Yes.
That's 9 books, okay?
Yeah.
And so, but the beauty of it is that we never stop learning. That's the real beauty of it.
And you're able to incorporate all those other sources
Yes.
into your work.
So in effect, we continue to prepare to be ready for anything that comes through the door, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will. So why do you teach at HMI?
Well, I love to teach. Okay. Hopefully, I really do kind of, in effect, want to save the students some of the hassles that I went through when I was here. I don't know if it was me, I don't know if it was a teacher or whatever, but it took me a while to really kind of grasp the basic concepts of suggestibility, sexuality, and all that. So I just like teaching, I've always been a teacher of some sort, and I've had great teachers. I mean, really great teachers. So Um, I just enjoy the material. The material means so much. That's why. I think, if anything, you know, what makes this organization unique is sexuality and suggestibility. And it's so incredibly valuable. Okay, so I think that keeps me in it, you know?
Yeah.
And really being aware of how we can apply all these things. And it's kind of fun, too. I mean, you know, I like to make it a little entertaining, or, you know, keep some humor going in it.
For sure.
And, you know, I mean, that's real life, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're on HMIwebTV today.
Right.
And how do you think HMIwebTV will affect the future of HMI and the whole field of hypnotherapy?
Well, I hope it'll expand it.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it's incredibly insightful, George, to really go for all this thing. I mean, it's not being done anywhere. To the best of my knowledge, I don't know. You know, the more popular it gets, I think it'll spread and spread and spread.
Yeah.
Because we do some pretty interesting things here.
We really do.
You know,
It's amazing.
and you can't get them. I don't know where else you can get this stuff.
Yeah. So, Mark, what do you see as the future of hypnotherapy?
Well, I think it will continue to expand because there are so many applications of it. Somebody emailed me, and it was whether I was interested in helping people using the techniques of hypnotherapy with people with Parkinson's disease. Well, I've already done that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
See, and basically, the way we can help any particular affliction is by when we reduce that person's experience of stress or anxiety. Those are the things that exacerbate, that make worse whatever that affliction might be.
Right.
Okay. So there's, in fact, we recently did, fairly recently, we did a series, and I helped a person, and I don't know if this has ever been done, who was diagnosed with narcolepsy. Yeah, we did a 6-series session, and we really helped her.
Wow.
You know, it kind of turned into a general self-improvement therapy. But, you know, I just sat down and thought about it, and I said, well, so a person falls asleep real easy, okay? But what we know is you got to go through hypnosis to fall asleep. So we want to keep her out of hypnosis,
Right.
especially while driving. It seems a relatively simple application, and it really helped her. Plus, we got into so many other things that also improved the quality of her life.
That's
It'd be nice to follow up with her again. We did follow up about 3 months later, and she said, yeah, this was an incredible help. So hopefully the whole field will expand, okay?
Yes, I hope
But
so too.
I think the real key to it is the suggestibility, sexuality thing.
Yeah,
Okay?
and educating people about that.
Yeah, we got to get somebody on Oprah saying, you know.
Yeah.
Talking about EMP, I'll tell you. You know.
Yeah, it would help a lot of people.
You know.
So, do you have any wishes or dreams that for your own hypnotherapy career that are so far unfulfilled? That you would like to
I don't
see?
think there's anything unfulfilled. You know, I really enjoy helping clients. At some point, I may want to slow it down a little bit. But I enjoy it to the extent that I don't want to slow it down. I want to keep going. I really enjoy the teaching. I really enjoy the clients. It's a very fulfilling career. Okay, you can make a decent living, and you're really helping people, though. You're really improving the value and the quality of other people's lives. And because of all the insight, because of the behavioral approach, because of the accumulation of a lot of different techniques and concepts. So I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Mark, this has been truly fascinating today. Thank
Good,
you so
thank you.
much. It appears our time is up. I'd like to thank our guest, Mark Gravelle, for joining us today, and I'd like to thank you at home for watching. Please stay tuned. Coming up, we have a lot more great shows for you. My name is Katie Leonard, and you're watching HMIwebTV, hypnotherapy television 24/7.
It's true. Although I always initially wanted to emulate, Dr. John Kappas, from the 401.
Hello, and welcome again to Inside HMI. Joining us today for an in-depth interview, we have HMI instructor Mark Gravelle. Okay, so let's continue with our questions.
Okay. Videos that we watch, but I just know so much more now. I mean, it's true. I've really...
So Mark, you've been an HMI instructor and hypnotherapist now for over 20 years.
Right.
How are you different as a hypnotherapist now than you were in, say, the first 5 years of your practice?
I'm really different.